Welcome to Wisconsin. Please don't ever leave. You can get some $10 just south of Palm Beach. If your go-kart's running low on gas, that will never do. Then golf's the scene. Everybody parties like it's 1999. Driving Mustang.
Hey guys, LongHaul Larry. I'm back home. I kind of went past my house. I'm actually headed to my chiropractor. I'm over here in the town of Sheboygan Falls. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're a truck driver or whatever, and you are out on the road and you're in this area, Highway Sheboygan, take Highway 23 west. It's a few miles. You'll come to Sheboygan Falls here. It's Highway 32. Turn north or south on 32. And you go past, there's a BP gas station, and there's a Quick Trip, and everything. Go around through a roundabout, and you come right up here. You can actually get in here and get an adjustment. You just need to call ahead. They actually work you in pretty well. It's not like a lot of places where, you gotta have an appointment or something. They try to work people in and stuff. They're a good place. Name of the place is Falls Healing Arts. I've been coming here for years, and used to be in a different building, and then they built this new place here. But you can actually get in here with your truck. I do this all the time. I stop in here with my truck once in a while. Their parking is right there on the right, but I actually will come in here with my semi, and I'll do it because I got the trailer on here and everything, so I'm not going to take up their whole parking lot. But you just come in here and do a little U-turn right here. And there's just enough room right here that you can park here with a semi. And I've actually parked here and slept here overnight and been here when they open up in the morning. Nobody's ever bothered me. So, just a little thing for you guys. Just call ahead. Like I said, name is Falls Healing Arts. And they do a great job. Dr. Craig is here. He doesn't use those stupid little thumper things and stuff. He puts you in by hand, and he does a good job. I kind of joke with him. I've been coming here for so long. I kind of joke with him when they built the new building. I says, "Which wing is mine?" Because I've come here a lot. But I'm gonna get an adjustment since I'm in town. Just get my neck put in. There's a little bit of a little bit of an ache there and stuff. So I'm gonna get my neck put in. And then the middle of my back and stuff, I'm just going to have them pop everything that usually gets popped and stuff. Just get an adjustment. It's all good. I'll catch you in a bit. Well, there we go. We got our adjustment. We got all our bones popped and stuff. Feeling good. He looked out the window and saw my snow bike in the back of the truck. And he goes, "Oh, what is that?" I said, "It's a 450 dirt bike with a big ski in the front instead of the front wheel, and then a snowmobile track in the back instead of the back wheel." And he goes, "Really?" And I says, "Yep." I says, "Awesome, dude. It's awesome." He started laughing. And I said, "It's actually better than a snowmobile." I says, "Man, I was jumping the thing and doing some stuff," and I says, "It wasn't like a snowmobile when you land. It's kind of like a big, big hard landing or something." I said, "This thing, just soaks it up." So it's pretty cool. Turned around, looked at it, he goes, "Well, I guess it's good for return business." He's a pretty funny guy. I like him a lot. We've known each other for quite a few years. His daughters, he had a daughter that was in the same age as one of my daughters, and they used to play soccer together and stuff. So we'd always see each other at the soccer games and stuff like that. So we've known each other for a while. But I'm gonna be heading home, and I'm gonna unload all these snowmobiles. Put them in the barn, pull the snow bike out, park the trailer, and then I'm probably going to curl up in the house for a few hours my ankle is swelled up pretty bad. It's from kickstarting this bike. If anybody's had a dirt bike and they've had to kickstart it, you know what I've done. You know what the problem is. When you come down on the Kickstarter, if you don't have it at the right angle and you come down on it with your foot pressed down, you give it a big kick and you're too straight up, basically your toe flexes straight up. Something has to give because you're not actually pushing the Kickstarter down, you're actually pushing straight down on it and it doesn't work. I did it like twice. I did it like the first day and it was like, oh, that kind of hurt a little bit. It was okay. And then yesterday I did it again and I was like, ow, all day long. I could feel my ankle swelling inside that boot. And I pulled that thing off and it was pretty swelled up. I put a bag of ice on it last night over at my friend's house and I got situated over there and it was kind of crashing the couch. I put a bag of ice on my ankle, kind of fell asleep with that. That helped, but it's still all swelled up. So I think I'm going to go unload all this stuff, get the stuff done, and then I think I'm going to kind of go in the house and just hang out, and might just ice up my ankle and just kind of elevate it, and maybe play a game of zombies or something. I don't know. I think I'm going to chill out for a few hours. I sent a message to the boss about this virus stuff and everything, asking him how loads were going and everything else, you know, because, you know, this might be an opportunity for him to actually make some money. I hate to say that, but if demand goes up for stuff, you know, that helps with the trucking. So I told him if it comes down to it and he's able to, you know, get really good loads or good rates and stuff like that, he can make some extra money, I'll be willing to go out and just run solid for a little bit, help him out that way. So it's a little early yet. I mean, it's Monday. He's just now getting kind of into the loads and booking the loads and stuff. So I told him, he said he's having a couple issues with drivers. They're ending up sitting like a day or something like this, waiting to get loaded. Kind of a mess going on right now, but he said we'll see what rolls up, you know, what happens. So well, I'll see you guys at the house. We'll get these snow mules off. Whoops. So, what do I think about the bike? I've seen some comments and stuff. Oh, we'll see if that's for sale real soon. No, it's not going to be for sale. Maybe, kind of, but kind of not. I'll explain it. It's a lot different than snowmobiling. It really is. The main thing about it is a clutch. You got a clutch, you know, you got to shift the bike and everything. That's a big thing. Somebody like John, or Dude You Travels, he would understand what I'm about ready to say. We used to fly remote control airplanes a lot, and we were pretty good at it. And we'd be out there, me and John felt pretty comfortable that members would show up out at the flying field and they'd have a new plane they just built, and they were like scared to go fly for the first flight. They didn't, you know, they didn't want to throw it up there and something was wrong and they would end up crashing. They would actually ask us to fly them. They would come out there and say, hey, you know, would you take my plane up for the first time? I was comfortable enough to do that, and I felt, you know, if I got up there and the plane was doing something squirrely, I would have the reaction time and the ability to gain control of it and get it down back on the ground safe enough. But then I switched from airplanes to helicopters. And when you switch from airplanes to helicopters, on the controller, your right stick, if you want to go up, you would pull back on it on an airplane. On a helicopter, you would push up on the left stick, and that would make it go up. It was a whole different thing, and you had to think about things when you were doing them. And, you know, I had a helicopter. I crashed it many a times, kept messing around with it. I bought another one, you know, and I was determined to do it. And I got to where I could fly it, but I just wasn't proficient enough at it, so I got out of it. But that's kind of like what this is. You have to do different things, and it's going to take a little bit of time to get that under control. One of the main things is you have to look where you're going. You have to plan your route. The first day, I'm going to be honest, what happened is I got out into the logging roads, went out there, started carving around on the logging roads. In the first couple of minutes, I was like, wow, I got this. This is cool. I'm carving around. I'm having fun. This is all good. I got it all under control. No problems. And then I told an inspector, I said, I'm going to jump on the trees. Just hang out here. And I jumped on the trees, and I went a little bit, and I came up to a little bit of a situation, and I came kind of to a stop. I slowed way down to try to figure out where to go, and I tipped over. The big thing with this is you can't put your feet down. So every time that you come to a stop, you got to kind of balance it. And that's something to learn. And I came there and I tipped it over, and I had quite the little conundrum getting back out of there. And I got back out on the logging roads. I says, it's going to take some practice. I said, let's stay on the logging roads. Let's just play around. So the first day, that's all I did was this logging roads. Wide open stuff, just the logging roads, learned it. And I was getting pretty good at it. I was running up the ditches and jumping off the snowbanks and stuff. I was having a blast. And then at the end of the day, I started going off into the woods a little more. You have to really plan your route. You really have to look forward. Okay, I'm going to go between those trees. Then what am I doing? I'm going to go up here. You got to always be looking and planning what your steps are ahead, because you can't just slow way down and stop. You have to keep it moving. And so that's one thing. And the second day, I went out and rode. I did a lot of tree riding, and I did really good. I had a great time at it. I had a couple little mistakes. But I did really good at it. And at the end of the day, actually, the inspector was like, I don't think you tipped the bike over today at all, did you? And I'm like, No, I didn't. I was shocked by that. I was like, I didn't at all. I didn't do it once. So it's gonna take time. Here's the big problem is why I say people are saying, oh, you can sell it. You probably just gotta sell it right away or whatever. You probably get out of it. I'm not. I'm in this to stay. I love this. I had a great time. There's places I wouldn't even think about going on a snowmobile. I just went right through it with this. Not a problem in the world. It's cool. I like it a lot. But this setup has a couple problems. One is my ankle is twisted. The reason why my ankle is twisted is because it's a kickstart. This bike does not have electric start. Yeah, you have to kickstart it. So you gotta come out here and kickstart. And anybody who's had a bike or dirt bike or something knows. You step on this to kick down, and if you don't get the angle right when you kick down and go backwards with it, if you come straight down, something's got to give. And that ends up being the front of your foot, and it cranks your foot back. And it's like, ouch, that hurt. A lot of people actually get off and kick them to the side and stuff. It's so tall in the air, I can't do that. You have to be on a bike. The kickstart was a pain in the butt. Not a fan of the kickstart. Gonna have to go with the electric start. That's all there is to it. I might go on another ride this year. We're kind of on hold. If a big dump comes, I'm probably gonna go. I would love to get more ride time on it. But after this year and stuff, I think what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna put the tires all back on it, turn it back into a dirt bike, and I think I'm gonna sell the dirt bike part of it and keep all the snow stuff. And I need to call Timber Sled about this, but I bet you anything, this sled kit, will hook up to a newer Yamaha. Because they kind of make them to fit certain brands. You have to tell them what motorcycle you're putting it on. I bet you anything this would fit on a newer one too. And 2018, Yamaha started putting electric start on these bikes. So if I could find myself an 18, 19, or even a 2020, sell the dirt bike part of it and keep everything else, and then buy a newer bike with electric start and everything, that'd be it. Now I tell you what, want to make it a perfect thing? Automatic. Find me a 450 dirt bike, automatic, electric start. I think that'd be cool. But I kind of did a little research. I couldn't find any. I don't think there is one existent. Basically, they're like smaller ones, like 50s and little pit bikes. They make them that are automatics. They don't really make them in the 450s. I'm not really sure why, but an automatic electric start would be awesome. But overall, I'm here. It does have one other problem, and next year I'm going to have to do something about this. I'm not messing with it now. But I'll tell you right now, my butt hurts. My butt hurts so bad, it's not even funny. I'm not kidding you. When I sit down, it's like, it's so hard. It's just so bad. These seats are not meant to be sat on. A dirt bike does not have a seat that is comfortable. It has a little bit of padding right up in here. But back in here, this is hard as a rock. And I mean, I'm such a tall guy and stuff. When I'm sitting on this thing, my butt is back here. I constantly have to keep moving my butt way up. And a lot of times on dirt bikes, you have to stand up. You do that a lot on dirt bikes. You're mostly standing. Kind of knees bent just a little bit. Arms kind of at a 90-degree angle. That's kind of how you ride a dirt bike. The problem with this is the handlebars are too low. When I stand up on it, I'm like hunched way over. And anytime I get into some snow or something, the front end dives, it's like, it just wants to throw me right over the front. I had a couple of instances where I went right up against it with my chest, one right up against the handlebars, trying to catch myself. So I couldn't really stand up too much. And to tell you the truth, a lot of it, I really didn't stand up at all. I would sit on it and was comfortable. The only time that I would kind of get up on my feet a little bit and get my butt off was when I was going to jump or something or do something. And then I wanted to have that spring in my knees to take the impact too. And I'm telling you what, it's so smooth jumping this thing over a snowmobile. A snowmobile, you jump, come down, it's like, wow, that's a lot, You're talking 400 pounds, coming down and just boom. This thing here has all the suspension on it. It kind of soaks it in. It's really cool. I like it a lot. Just a couple things need to be changed. So yeah, I might sell the bike. I might turn around when I'm done for the season. I might turn around and make it a dirt bike again, and then sell the bike, and then go ahead and buy a newer bike that has electric start. But otherwise than that, I'm in this. My Skidoo. Oh, this thing's dirty. I had it on the trail. I don't have a cover for it. Yeah, that thing was bad. It's really covered up dirt. My hood is all busted up. There's a big piece that goes over the top of that and covers up the hood. On the way up there, I didn't have the bike strapped the best on the trailer. And I hit a really big bump, and one of my straps came loose, and the bike fell in, and the handlebar went right into the center of the thing. And it was cold, you know, driving down the road. It was in the middle of the night, cold. And it's plastic, and it hit it, and it shattered my whole front hood. I'll see if I can fix that up. See if I can kind of patch it back together. If I can't, see if I can find a new hood on eBay or something like that, patch that up. This snowmobile is going to get reworked this year. Probably going to rebuild the motor. I think I'll be redoing that, rebuilding the motor and the clutch and everything, going through everything. The driveline, fixing all that stuff up. And then I'm actually going to be, I'm hunting around. I'm trying to find a company that makes, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it or not, but I'm going to bring the skis in. I'm going to narrow the stance up. I believe that it is like 39 inches or 41 inches or something like that. That's too wide for a mountain sled. 36 is like an RMK. My brother's RMK are like 36 inches. Those are nice. So I need to bring the skis in. You know, so I need to do that. I'm trying to look at it. Yeah, actually somebody has this set up so the skis are all at the widest point. You could just change around some washers and bring it in. Probably gain about 2 inches if I were doing that. The washers are about 2 inches thick. You could actually bring the skis in, but I wanted even narrow in that because I think it's a 41 right now. I've been trying to find companies that make A-arms for this thing that'll make it narrower. I'm not having luck. I've contacted a couple companies, sent them emails and stuff, and they all come back and said, nope, sorry, we don't do anything for that one. If it comes down to it, I'll make up my own A-arms. I'll get some chrome moly and get out a TIG welder and make up a jig or something and make up some A-arms and bring that in there. I'd like to get it about 36. And then I'm going to shorten the handlebar. Those handlebars are way too high. Shorten those down, do a couple other little things to it. And then the tunnel, I'm actually going to cut the tunnel shorter so it doesn't trench so much. And then the running boards, I'm getting rid of those and putting some real wide gap running boards. And that's my other snowmobile that I borrowed to somebody. And that thing's running real good. I'll be going through that thing too. It's got some rust on it. I think I want to find some new skis to put on there. Get rid of those metal old skis. Get some nice skis on there with some dual carbides on them. And like all the A-arm stuff and all that, clean all that up, you know, repaint it. Need to go through it. I got another Skidoo down in below this barn. That one needs to be gone through too, and I think that one needs an engine rebuild too. It still runs, but it's kind of messed up. So this summer I'm going to try to go through all this stuff and get everything prepared as I'm doing everything else, you know, my truck rebuild, you know. Put another thing on the list, right? So I'm going to go and grab an ice pack. First I'm going to go start up Big Blue. It's been sitting for a few days, so I'm going to go start it up and get a good charge on the batteries. But I'm going to go and kick back in the house and put my leg up. My ankle's pretty good and swelled. A couple days, it'll be fine. It just swelled up a little bit. Nothing messed up in there. And I'm going to put some ice on it and kick up. Maybe play some zombies, a game of zombies or something like that. Sit around, do some editing and stuff. I got a lot of editing to do from the videos of doing that. The camera I used was not a good camera. It was a cheap camera. The footage is not very good. It's kind of jittery. There's not a lot of stabilization in the camera. But it is what it is. It worked. So it's a lot of work to put all that footage together and go through and find some decent clips that it can be used and stuff. So I'll be messing around with that today too and stuff. And then maybe tonight I'll probably come out and maybe work on the truck. I don't know, the horns, you know, stuff like that. Play around with stuff. I need to get down to my shop, clean up. I didn't clean up the last time I was here and I left. So my shop's a little dirty. Good night, dirt snow bike. I had a fun time with that snow bike. I really did. That was cool. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope everyone out there has themselves a great day, great night as they're watching this here video. If you are not, then we certainly can just try that all over again tomorrow. News, that orange truck, yes, I will be rebuilding that truck. It's just the timing part of it. You know, it will happen. You know, I got things going on and stuff, and I got to make an engine lift for it. I was planning on doing that today or tomorrow, but I don't know. My ankle, I know I can't go and pick up big pieces of steel and do that. But it kind of matters too. I contacted the boss and talked to him about the rates and stuff, and he's going to kind of keep an eye on it. If he has the opportunity where he can make some money, if I go out and run some more, I might actually go back out and run for 2 weeks, a month, or something like that, and run straight instead of coming home. We'll see how it goes. All right. Well, I'll catch you guys later. See ya.